the Guara. This is Pedro Caldas' pro model wakeboard, and Pedro is our video game. You looks like you're just playing a freaking video game out there. So yeah, this board is made just for him, and he wanted to make this board work for everybody. And it's got some really cool, unique features in here. So if you want to ride like Pedro, let's dive into this board. Starting off with the top features of this board, Pedro boosts. If you watch him hit the kickers, he's just flying. He needed something solid underfoot. So we have this raised footbed that really gives you that sturdy landing zone. If you look right here on the top deck, you can actually visually see, let me do that a little bit. Yep, you can visually see it kind of go down. And what that does is it creates a hinge point and allows you to focus in on where you're putting the flex in on the board. The board is gonna flex on the tip and tail a ton. So you're really gonna be able to lift this thing up and feel it kind of like just bottom out in the perfect flex zone. This board has grab rails that run all the way up the board right here. They're really small, so they actually feel really cool when you're actually holding the board, but they run the whole distance of this footbed area, this lifted footbed area. And what that does is also creates even more rigidity underneath foot. So really soft landing board with a ton of hinge point in the flex zones, giving you those crazy tip and tail nose press, tail presses. If we move on to the bottom features, there's even more to unpack. What you're gonna notice is how close this mid-body channel is to the leading edge of the board. What that does is it creates a very wide surface area flat spot, which makes the board very slippery when you're just kind of cruising. Yeah, so if you take a look at the beveled edge, it kind of runs this whole area right there. It's a little bit thinner of a beveled edge than some of the other boards, but the very interesting thing is it's very close to the mid-body channel. That's allowing you to have that crazy amount of freedom. I was talking to Pedro, and he was really explaining to me that this board is really hard to catch an edge on. He gets into some crazy positions and kind of always pulls through. So if you're looking for a board that's very free feeling on the water, this is a great board to look into. When we go into the pipe channel area, we really took the beveled edge and stopped it right here, and it creates a very flat zone for when you do lean up onto those pipe rails, that you don't feel like any interference. It really feels like you're locked in on that zone. Pedro really wanted to tie in his Brazilian culture, so we brought in all the colors from the flag. We also have these two creatures, these mythological creatures that are from his culture, and yeah, man, it's in this graphic and it looks awesome. So we wanted to lower our carbon footprint, so we used BIO-RESIN for this board. I think that's a really cool thing that we're doing, and we're stoked on it. It doesn't bring down any of the strength in the board or anything, which brings us into all the durability features of this board, right? So the Guara is equipped with a 360-degree urethane sidewall, brings a ton of strength to our boards, and we'll also put the centered base. It's the strongest base material that we can find. And yeah, we got to all slap it into the board, make sure this thing is durable for not only Pedro, but for everybody else trying to get it like you guys. So the sizes on this board is a 147, a 150, and a 153. So if you're looking for a board to get out there, have a good time, just absolutely send it. The Guara is for you.